Welcome back, friends. Today we're going to check out this turn-based RPG mobile game called Etheria Restart. Now, I did start playing this game during the open beta, and I tested it out before the full launch. And I did find it kind of interesting and a little bit fun to play. So when you first start this game, it'll take you through the main quest. And currently you have a couple of stages available for the main story quest, and it'll tell you a little bit about the characters that you encounter, a little bit about the story. But so far, and it's been quite a while, but there hasn't been any new update to the story. So it's still on TBC, which is to be continued, but no real news about if they'll continue the main storyline. Apart from the main quest, you have a bunch of other stages in the challenge section here. And this you have things like daily challenges. Here you have Grim Pursuit, where you can fight boss monsters and you can collect these little tiny side characters. And these are essentially kind of like your pets, but in this game they are called shells, but they are sort of like an equipment. So the higher the shell you have, the higher rarity, the stronger they are, the better they help you out in combat. You also have this stage called Threshold. This drops modules, and now modules is pretty much just your regular gear. So here you have different types of gear sets, and you can sort of mix and match these to build sort of like your own style to match the type of character that you want to use in battle. Here you have Investigation, which is essentially just experience for your main characters, your animus, which is what they call your heroes here. And these are basically experience books, which you will use to upgrade your heroes levels. Then you have GP Outpost, which is for the prowess material. And essentially this is skill up material. So you do need these items here to level up each individual animus's skills. And then you have different sections like the trial challenge here. You have the Anti-Sync Echoes side challenge. In this one, you basically fight some of the main characters that you encounter, and depending on which stage you beat, you will get certain rewards for that. And the higher you go, the better the rewards. You also have Phantom Theater, which is sort of like a team challenge, and here you fight these three different monsters together, and essentially depending on how long you last, you will get a different amount of points, and you will get these rewards here at the bottom. You also have Ember Trek, which is sort of like a tower, and I believe it refreshes after a certain period of time. And this is like most other games, depending on the floor you get to will determine what your ultimate reward will be. And here you see you have different rewards for the different floors. And then you have Ethernet Rally, which is a multi-team adventure. So essentially you'll go in here and you'll use all of your characters, or at least different groups of them, to defend and defeat these little sections here. And in that sense, you get to make the most out of your different elements and a bunch of different characters that you have already collected. And lastly, you have limited time events. So these are special things that will come every now and again, different events that you can challenge and get high quality materials, things that will level up your characters, and things that will help you level up your gear as well. And these do change after every couple of days, but they tend to pretty much be the same type of limited event. There aren't that many different ones, so you'll basically see these in a sort of rotation. Here you have the Union. These are pretty much guilds that you can join, and you can get certain rewards from them every day. And finally, you have what I believe to be the main crux of this game, which is the arena. And here you have a few different arena modes. You have the basic arena mode, which is Etheria. And this is pretty much just you challenging NPC versions of different players. And depending on how many of them you beat and what score you get, and will determine the type of rewards that you receive afterwards. Here you have the Summit Arena, which I believe is real-time. And this you get actual real-time matchmaking, and then you can face off against other players. As for Fearless Arena, I don't know enough about this because I haven't tried it yet, but yes, it is another mode. Now, after you reach a certain account level or certain rank, you will unlock all of these options here, and these will take you to different aspects of the game. Here you have Animus, which again is essentially just your heroes. And here you have a list of the different type of heroes that you've collected. And then from your hero selection screen, of course, you have your gear here, which again is modules. You have prowess, which is their skills. And you have shell, which again are those mini side character pets that you can collect, which do actually help quite a lot with your builds. So these are quite important as well for you. Besides that, you have your inventory, which you can just view all of the equipment that you have. These items here are for upgrading your character star levels. These are for skills. These are your regular gold or credits, and so on and so forth. Here you have some consumables like restoring stability, which is essentially just your energy so that you can keep completing quests. Here are some packs to help you get the specific type of upgrade material you need for your skills. This is summoning material, and these are experience books. There is also a section here called fragments, and if you collect enough of these, you can go ahead and summon one of these characters here. Then of course you have your quest section. In your quest section, you do have your daily quests. Like most other mobile games, you complete these throughout the day, and then you get points. And then once you get those points to a certain level, then you can collect the reward. You also have weekly quests here, or weekly reward as well, which include summoning material. Now you also, when you start this game, you have something called a 7-day commission. And after you complete a few of these quests here, you can collect special rewards. For instance, phase 1, you'll get an SSR character, Ling Luo, who's a healer, and she's very useful in the early game. And for phase 2, after you complete all these quests, you'll also get an SSR summon ticket. Then there's also something called the Hyperlink Charter, which essentially just follows you along with your progression in the game. So in this case, if you upgrade the animus to a certain threshold, you will get these rewards here. The same here for arena trials. If you take part in enough arena battles, you can collect these rewards. Shell tuning is the same but for shells. Module is for your gear upgrades. And commission chronicles is for your overall score related to your account. Here of course is your summons. And from the summons screen, one of the good things about this game is that these limited summons are guaranteed after 80 summons, meaning that is the pity. So anything after that is just extra. You are almost guaranteed to get these fairly early on. I don't think I've had a point so far where I had to go full pity, but it is there. Then here at the bottom, you have the pass, which is pretty much just a regular battle pass. So you complete certain missions and quests throughout the season, and you collect your rewards here. And then you have archive here, where you can just pretty much take a look at the characters and gear you've collected. You have a friends section in case you want to add any of your friends here. Though honestly, I don't think there's much a purpose for this because I don't know that they actually do anything for you. So in my perspective, this is just irrelevant. Here are your achievements. And like any good mobile game, the more you complete special objectives, the more rewards you get. So this is helpful as well. Finally, down here at the bottom, you have a leaderboard to check all of your scores, to see who's on the top. And you can see the different groups here. You have who's the strongest, who has the strongest heroes, who's the best in the arena, which is the strongest guild or union, and so on and so forth. And then there is a section here for outfits. You can pretty much customize your main character and dress them up in some pretty neat different clothes here, if in case you're bored of his regular look. And finally, your settings, where you can change your graphics, audio, language, and other settings here in the system. So the honest truth about this game is that in the beginning, it is a lot of fun. Once again, once you go through the main quest, you do get a lot of story, and it is interesting to learn about the world and the characters and what's kind of going on, how we got to this point. However, after this, there really isn't much else to do. Honestly, this game has pretty much presented itself as mainly a arena PvP game. So this is more of a competitive game based around people who want to get higher on the leaderboard. And I think they've already had a competition, some type of world championship. This game hasn't even been out that long. So if you're looking for story-based, interesting RPG that you can play on your mobile phone, this honestly isn't that type of game. I would say that this is more along the lines of something like Epic 7, but strictly for PvP and arena type based games if you're interested in that type of competitive play. Now, as you can tell from my stability, which again is your energy, I haven't played this in quite a while. My account level is only 49. I don't really have too much going on here. I do have a couple of good characters, but again, I kind of just stopped playing at some point because there really wasn't much else to do but to just grind different gear, and that's not really fun for me in particular. I'm sure some people would enjoy that, and then finding good use for those type of gears to fight other characters in PvP, but I'm not that much of a PvP enthusiast. So again, not really my particular cup of tea, but nevertheless, the game is kind of fun up until a certain point, and then it just becomes monotonous. So when you go into battles, depending on which type of content you're playing, you will pick up to 5 characters In this case, I'm only able to pick 4. So these are my main characters that I'm using now. Then you hit battle to begin. Right now I have it set to auto because again, there's just not really too much else to do here. I'm fairly decent in gear and my characters are, I think, at the max level right now, at least my main 5 that I have set up. So pretty much I just let them go on the rampage here. And in this case right now, I am in the stage that gets the character experience, the hero experience books. And so I'm just letting them sort of auto through this and collect some experience books. Now, when you're in battle, you do have the option to change the speed of the battle here. You can do it up to 3 times the speed, and it does go pretty quickly, as you can tell here. Or you can just lower it back down to 1 times. And now one thing I will say is that I noticed that the ultimate attacks in this game are not quite as flashy as some other games that I've played, some other turn-based mobile games. In a lot of other games, they make it a point to make their special attacks something worth looking at, something that feels worth using. But I've noticed that in this game, the attacks are based more around utility rather than flashiness or how they look or how they feel, which is not really a bad thing, but it's just like a personal thing of mine that I've noticed. It just doesn't feel quite that satisfying to watch them use their ultimate attacks in this game. So overall, what type of game is Etheria Restart? Well, once again, it is mainly focused on PvP arena battles, and they've pretty much made it quite obvious and said as much, even in their advertisements, where a lot of it is just the characters fighting each other in the arena battles. And from that point on, that's pretty much what you do in this game. So it isn't really a bad game, but it isn't my type of game. Again, that's why I haven't played this game in quite a while. But I thought I would at least give it a review and show you all a little bit about what type of game this is. Maybe you're interested in that. Maybe you are a fan of these type of PvP arena games, and if so, you may actually like this game. I do like a lot of the character designs here, so if this is your type of game, absolutely do check it out. Once again, this is Etheria Restart, and yeah, if you do try it out, let me know what you think. If you've already played it, let me know your thoughts on it. If you're still playing it, why are you playing it? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like gaming content like gameplay, narratives, game reviews, gaming news, and commentary, consider liking this video and subscribe to The Hero's Blade. Until next time, wish you all the best and God bless.